Hello drama lovers, welcome back to my channel. No one saw it coming, not the fans, not the media. Yet Chen Zheyuan and Liang Jie just changed everything with one wedding. It started as just another day in the fast-moving world of Chinese entertainment. Social media feeds were full of drama updates, idol fan meetings, and the usual swirl of celebrity rumors. But then, a single headline appeared, and the entire nation seemed to stop breathing for a moment. Chen Zheyuan and Liang Jie married. For years, these two had danced around the whispers. Their chemistry in the Hello Dear Ancestors and later in Hello Saturday made fans' hearts race. Every stolen glance, every teasing smile, every moment they seemed just a little too close to be just colleagues became fuel for endless speculation. But like seasoned professionals, they brushed it all off, keeping their private lives tightly guarded. That's why this announcement hit like a thunderclap. There was no slow build-up, no public dating confirmation, no we're getting to know each other phase. Just boom. Wedding photos. And these weren't your typical glossy, magazine-ready shots. They were raw, full of emotion. Liang Jie in a delicate, ethereal gown, her smile soft but radiant. Chen Zheyuan, in a perfectly tailored suit, looking at her as if she was the only person in the world. Fans couldn't stop replaying those images, dissecting every detail, wondering how two people could hide a love so deep, for so long. And the truth, that's exactly why the story is so compelling. Because behind the shock is a question that keeps pulling us deeper. How did they manage to keep an entire love story hidden from the world until the moment they sealed it with I do? The first clues came from the people who were there, the select few invited to the ceremony. It wasn't a star-studded media circus. Instead, it was intimate. A gathering of close friends and family in a breathtaking countryside estate, far from flashing cameras. Guests described the atmosphere as quietly magical, like stepping into a secret chapter of their lives. There was no scripted glamour, no staged interviews, just a real celebration of two people choosing each other, away from the chaos of celebrity life. And yet, as the photos leaked online, fans began piecing together what now seemed obvious in hindsight. Matching accessories spotted months ago. Travel schedules that lined up a little too perfectly. The way Chen Zheyuan would light up when Liang Jie's name was mentioned in interviews, that subtle shift in his expression you can't fake. It became clear that this wasn't a whirlwind romance. This was years in the making. Quiet dinners after long filming days. Encouraging texts before important auditions. Private inside jokes that never made it to camera. They had been building this life together behind closed doors, brick by brick, while the world remained blissfully unaware. And maybe that's what makes their story so rare in this industry. It wasn't crafted for publicity. It wasn't rushed by the spotlight. It was protected, nurtured, and revealed only when they were ready. But let's be honest, the emotional impact of this news isn't just about the wedding. It's about what it represents to fans. In a world where celebrity relationships are dissected, criticized, and often destroyed before they can bloom, Chen Zheyuan and Liang Jie managed to write their own rules. They didn't give the press daily updates. They didn't turn their romance into a marketing strategy. Instead, they lived it quietly, like two people determined to keep something sacred in an industry that thrives on spectacle. And in the end, when they finally decided to share it, they did it in the most personal way possible, through the simplicity of wedding photos that spoke louder than any press release. For many fans, it felt like watching the final scene of a drama you never knew was being filmed. Except this time, the emotions were real. Every look, every touch, every unspoken word in those images wasn't for the camera, it was for each other. Maybe that's why the story resonates so deeply. Because beyond the glamour and the headlines, it reminds us that real love still exists even in the most unpredictable places. It reminds us that it's possible to protect something precious from the noise, to grow it slowly, to let it become unshakable before showing it to the world. Chen Zheyuan and Liang Jie's wedding wasn't just a surprise event. It was a statement. A statement that love doesn't need validation from the public to be real. That the most beautiful relationships aren't always the loudest. Sometimes they're the quiet ones, hidden in the shadows until the right moment to step into the light. And now, as fans around the world replay those photos, share their favorite moments from past dramas, and send congratulations flooding across social media, one thing is certain: this is a love story that will be remembered for years to come. Because in the end, it wasn't just their wedding. It became ours too, a reminder that even in a world obsessed with speed and spectacle, there is still room for love that takes its time. If love can survive the spotlight and still stay this pure, maybe we should start believing in happy endings again. And yet, even with the wedding now public, there is still an air of mystery surrounding how Chen Zheyuan and Liang Jie reached this moment. No tell-all interviews, no behind-the-scenes expose. Just the lingering question: what happened in those years between the dramas, the events, the long stretches of silence that the public never saw? Friends close to the couple have hinted that theirs was never a whirlwind romance, but a slow, steady burn. They were not the type to fall headfirst without thinking. Instead, they built trust, layer upon layer, the kind that could withstand months apart during filming or the pressures of fame pressing down on them. People who knew them both speak of an unspoken understanding, the way their eyes could meet across a crowded room and communicate an entire conversation without a single word. Some fans speculate that their bond began long before their names were even linked by the press. Perhaps it started quietly during a late-night rehearsal, or in those in-between moments on set when the cameras weren't rolling. Maybe it grew in the shared exhaustion after long days of work, or in the comfort of knowing someone else understood exactly what it felt like to live in the strange, unrelenting glare of the spotlight. The most devoted fans have even traced back old interviews, watching for subtle clues. A smile that lingered too long when the other's name was mentioned. A slip in an answer that hinted at more than friendship. Matching bracelets, similar travel destinations, even overlapping playlists shared in cryptic social media posts, all tiny threads that, when woven together, painted a picture of two lives moving in parallel until they finally intertwined. And while the public is still piecing together this invisible timeline, one thing is clear: their decision to marry wasn't a gamble.